Alan Goldman. Before I get into the nuts and bolts of how to greet the customer, set up the sale, and go into the presentation and do all that, I want to talk a little bit about a motivational scale that we as salespeople go up and down, and our customers go up and down this scale. And it's important that we understand the scale and recognize where we are at and where they're at and where sales are made. So this is very important. So let me go over this, please. We as salespeople have a resident condition from which we operate on this motivational scale. And the motivational scale starts at the bottom with apathy, and then it goes to victim, fear, covert hostility, anger, boredom, mild interest, and enthusiasm. Those are the rungs on the motivational scale. I'll go over them again. This is very important stuff. You have apathy. Now, we as salespeople, we don't have any apathetic salespeople because they just would never show up for work. Then we have the victim. The victim is the salesperson that gets all the bad leads, and this guy was a crummy one because of this. He's got all the bad stories. He's all the victim stories as a salesperson. Then we have fear is the next level. A lot of salespeople are fearful. And of course we know that doesn't work. That's like going up to some gal that's on a bar stool and being fearful and going, oh, well, do you think maybe you might want to go out with me and maybe have a drink? And that fear comes across. But that's a level your salespeople are on. They're fearful. They're not going to make sales. They're going to get in trouble with their boss because they're not making enough sales. They're going to lose their job. They're scared. Then you have covert hostility. And next one up is anger. The salesperson's angry because of all the reason that they're angry with the customers. This guy was stroking me all day. He'd spent 2 hours of my time, didn't buy anything. He let me believe he was going to buy something. Then he bought something from ADT. They're angry. And going back down to that covert hostility, that's where you have the anger and the fear covered up. Because you know that the anger doesn't work with customers. So you've got this hidden agenda. It's called covert hostility, where you got all that fear and that anger bottled up, and it's all behind your back here. Then you have boredom. That's the salesperson that's, hey, he's doing real well. He's got all his bills paid. Everything's going just fine. He's operating up here. It's actually a pretty high form of motivation. Then you have mild interest. Somebody's actually having a good time doing this there. And then you have enthusiasm, which is the top level. This is really wild. And the hundreds and hundreds of salespeople I've had come in and work for me, maybe 10% of them come in and they're extremely enthusiastic. And you throw them out there on the floor with 30 other salespeople, and all of a sudden they're making sales. They're making sales, and the other guys are going, oh, he's really lucky. Oh, look how lucky he is. But it's not luck. It's this enthusiasm that the person has, because the customer is going to go to whatever level the salesperson is on. And people don't buy things down here. They buy things up here. So you get that new salesman that doesn't know anything about the product, doesn't know anything about anything. And you throw him out there on the floor. He doesn't even know how to write an invoice up. And he's making sales, because the people that he meets, they come up to here and they just start buying things. They don't know why they bought it. They just buy things. Let me go on the other side for a minute and talk about the customers and this motivational scale that's so important. The apathetic customer. You won't see many of them because they won't take the time to get on the phone and call to make an appointment. You have the victims. You have a lot of those. The victims are the people that everything they ever bought, they got screwed on. They bought the car, it went on sale the next month. They bought the washing machine and it broke. They bought they're the victim. Everything is always gone. They bought it and their friends say, "Oh, you bought the wrong stuff." They're the victims. Then you have that covert hostility. Let's skip that for a minute. You go up to fear. These people that you're going to call on, they're afraid. You know everything about the product. They know nothing about it. They're afraid they're going to make the wrong choice of companies or the wrong choice of equipment. Or worse yet, they're going to make the wrong choice, buy this stuff, get hooked into a contract, and their friends are going to say, "Boy, you bought the wrong stuff." Oh, they're afraid. But they don't want to show you, "Hey, I'm afraid." So they cover up that fear and they cover up that anger, because they're angry also, that they bought something and they got screwed on it and went on sale. They bought the wrong stuff. So they're covering up that anger and that fear, and they've got the hidden agenda behind their back. Covert hostility. That's where most salespeople and customers operate from. Covert hostility. Both you guys have a hidden agenda that you're not telling the other one, and you're holding it behind your back. They got the phrase buyers are liars, and all you salesmen just want to take my money. So there's that natural animosity, just like landlord and tenant. There's a natural animosity there. Then you go up to boredom. This is a great customer, because if he's on the motivational level, on that rung of being bored, that means he's got all his bills paid, he's got his lawn cut, he's got his oil changed in his car, he's got disposable income, he's doing just fine, he's just bored. I'm just bored. My master charge is paid, I'm just bored. Because that kind of person you could spark, and you could bring him up to that enthusiastic level real easy, because that's where the sales are made. Then you have that mild interest. We're talking about the customers now. And then you have enthusiasm. Now, if you've ever met an enthusiastic customer, you got to hang on. This guy is, "Yeah, you got alarms? Oh, I love alarms. I want to get one. Okay, how quick can you do it? Quickly." And you have to match his enthusiasm, get it up here and almost hold him down. He's so enthusiastic. He's pulling you along through the sale. Okay, so that's the motivational scale, and we all have a rung that we naturally fall on. Some salespeople are down here, or somewhere in the middle. Some customers are down here. So it's important for you to understand that sales are made up here on the enthusiastic level. You cannot meet your customer and come from down here and bring him down to your level, because he's going to go to whatever level you're on. And if you're trying to make sales down here, it ain't going to happen. You're going to bring him down here. People don't buy things down here. People buy things up here. So you're going to have to recognize, where's this customer at? Assume that he's dealing from covert hostility, that covered up anger and covered up fear. If you walked into somebody's house and they were afraid and they were fearful and you just kicked them and made them angry, they have a better chance of buying than if you just leave them down here. So what you need to do is you need to come in and you're somewhere in the middle here, and you're happy and you're up tempo and everything's great and you're wonderful, and you're judging, where is this guy on his motivational scale? Because if he's a goer and he's going to buy something, when it comes time after the presentation, you're going to have to bring him up here off the level that he's on, get him on this enthusiastic level. And to do that, you're going to have to get enthusiastic, and you're going to have to start going a little faster and maybe clapping your hands. And you've been through this 1,000 times. It's his first or second time, and you're going a little faster than he's going, and you're getting excited, and everything's going great, and he's going up here, and all of a sudden he's buying. He doesn't know why he's buying. He's just buying. He's signing. Whoa. And then you're going to give him the add-ons. Here you go. They don't even know what they're getting. They're just buying it. They're so happy. They're so enthusiastic. Okay, you can hear that enthusiasm in my voice. It's something that you need to learn and be aware of, this motivational scale, that you as a salesperson have a resident condition. You know that you're going to need to recognize where this guy is at. You're going to have to let him vent all his fears and frustrations and all that stuff. And then you're going to have to get off that covert hostility level when it's time for him to start signing the papers, and get him up here to the enthusiastic level. And while we're talking about this, let's talk about, why do people buy things? Well, 100% of the time, they buy things emotionally. They never buy things logically. So if you're logically trying to sell them something, stop. They're buying this, and start selling it to them emotionally. The reason that if you say to the salesperson, well, why are they buying it? Well, they want to be better protected. They want to sleep better at night. No, forget it. They want to be happy. They're buying this stuff because they want to be happy. They want to be happy, and they want to be happy that they can tell their friends, look what I got. Oh, I'm so happy I got this. They buy windows and doors because they want to be happy. They buy stereos. They buy timeshares. Everything they buy, except for maybe bread and milk, something to keep them alive. They're buying it because they want to be happy. So stop selling the product so much. That's in your presentation. You want to give them a logical reason why they should buy it, but don't sell it to them logically. Sell the happy and sell emotionally, that they're going to be really happy and their friends are going to tell them how great it is, and they're going to be so happy they're going to call you up and say, hey, Alan, I'm really happy that I got this stuff. So start selling the happy and telling them how happy they're going to be when it's time for them to actually buy it. And you're going to give them logical reasons why they can buy it emotionally. Okay, thank you.